Hello, gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm dating coach Naz, and in today's video, I want to get into how short men can be more attractive than taller guys. So, if you are interested, then please keep on watching. I hear about this quite often, especially when I was a matchmaker. The first thing that women used to say, I want a tall man, tall, 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 tall. That's all I heard. But did also hear, I'm going to be honest, I did hear a lot of women also say, height doesn't really matter as long as we have aligned values and beliefs and goals. So not all women are the same. Me personally, I don't mind if a guy is short, okay, because I have dated short men in the past. Short men meaning my height, not a little bit or a little bit taller. And I'm somebody who, finds men attractive based on their personality, based on how they treat me. And, if we have shared goals, values, he can make me laugh. So I look at, I get attracted to very different things in a man because I have met some of the most good looking men, tall, rich, attractive, all of the kind of men that we are saying only these type of men women want. I am a woman and I don't find them attractive. And the reason is, I know this sounds a little bit wild, that I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but the reason why I don't find them attractive is because number one, I'm a bit deep. I'm somebody who gets stimulated through conversation, deep conversations about things that regular people don't really talk about. I feel like people generally, I'm not saying everybody talks like that, but I don't like talking about the superficial crap. And sorry, it's like God is telling me to stop talking. I don't like talking about the, cars and clothes and all. I really like to get into spirituality and all those kind of things that, very, it's a very, what's that word? Esoteric, those type of conversations. So I wouldn't find them personally attractive. This is why I'm on this channel, because I want to break that notion where every single woman is the same. All women want tall, dark, handsome men. That's not true. Yes, majority of women, maybe that's what they want. But then they're also going to be going for men who don't align to their values and beliefs and morals and ethics. And I don't know if you watched my last video, but a lot of women, what they do is they're going for the potential instead of actually what is in front of them. Now, what I want to get into is why women like tall men. And I truly was interested in finding this out. The first reason is because taller men are linked with strength and protection. Okay, so it's an evolutionary instinct for women to go for men because of that. Secondly, media and society portray tall men as more attractive and dominant. Okay. Thirdly, height is associated with masculinity and confidence. These are just, this is not what I said. This is just what I have found in my research. Also, some women feel more secure and feminine with a taller partner, especially if, some women, maybe they're on the bigger side or they're a little bit more masculine. And then if you stand next to her and you're a bit, you're smaller than her, then she might feel like she's more masculine. So I kind of get that point of it. And again, with men, you guys have your own, things that you're attracted to in a woman. You might not look like a woman who has a flat chest or flat ass or whatever. So those are your things that you like. As a woman, that's what they're looking for. And there's nothing wrong in that. But your soulmate will not be bothered by your height. This is the only thing I want you to keep in your mind. Okay? A lot of the times I notice that women do this as well, but I do focus mostly on men. I feel like men talk about the same thing. Oh, women only like tall men and I'm short. And it's like, okay, that's true. There's part of that is true. But let's not focus on that because energy goes where attention flows. So the more that you give this attention, the more that it's going to be, ruminating in your mind, and you're going to literally hold yourself back from finding your soulmate because you're going to be insecure about your height. So let that thought go. Yes, it's true. But also the person that is for you is not going to pass you by because she's trying to find her missing piece of the puzzle. And it doesn't matter what your height is. You guys are the perfect match for each other. Also, it means that you can get to your soulmate faster because you're not going to be dealing with women that are just looking for superficial traits. Okay? The right one will appreciate you for who you are. Okay, so let's get into some statistics, which I found really interesting. 49% of women prefer to date taller men. And I was watching Pop the Balloon and Fall in Love. And it was wild because these women were 5'7", which is my height. And the men were 6 feet or 6'1". There was actually a guy who was 6'3". And the woman said, "You're too short for me." I was like, this is ridiculous. She's like, "I want him to be 6'5". I'm sorry, that's a bit ridiculous, to be quite frank. And this is what I'm saying is that when women are a bit younger, they're a bit silly. Because we have a big pool. So what we do is we tend to be very egotistical and a little bit superficial in what we're looking for. And also I found this pattern with women recently where, well, it's been going on for a while now, but where their standards, like I feel like women are misconstruing the definition of standards and non-negotiables. And what they're doing is, just because a man is 6'1" and he's not 6'3" like she really wants, she cuts him off. That's not a non-negotiable. The non-negotiable is a standard, meaning it's maybe if she wants a man who's spiritual and he is Muslim or he is a different religion, that's a non-negotiable. If let's say, for example, she wants a man who has no children and he has 3 kids, that is a non-negotiable. But what women are doing these days is they're cutting people off just for these little details that, by the way, is part of self-sabotage. You don't want to get rejected, so you reject the person before you get rejected. And so you feel better about yourself, which is like, that means you're just insecure. That's a whole other story. Anyways, I just wanted to state that. Also, only 13.5, I found these statistics so great. Only 13.5% of men prefer shorter women. So men, as you see, they're a little bit more adaptable, which I appreciate. Thank you, men. Height can be a factor, but it is not everything. What a woman finds attractive is a man. And by the way, not all women are going to find this attractive, because I'll always mention some women are more superficial. They're misunderstanding the definition of standards. They don't want to truly get to know the core of you. And so I'm not talking about those type of women. I'm talking about women that, really are connected to themselves and they're open. Okay. Those are the type of women I'm talking about. So when you master something called presence, okay, so when you walk into a room, you own your space and you walk like you belong. You have this quality about you that when you pass by, everybody kind of watches. And this, again, doesn't have to just be with how you look. It is the energy that you're projecting out in the world. And also, slow, deliberate movements shows confidence, okay? If you're somebody that is a bit just, you move too fast, or you're a little bit unsure of yourself, doubtful, then again, that means you don't have that presence about you. And then secondly, your voice. So you speak with confidence. So your diction is really important. And also when you speak slowly and with authority, and you do not rush to fill the silence. This I found in people that are a little bit insecure. And I about myself do this sometimes, by the way, I'm not going to lie, where I'm learning slowly to not needing to talk every second and to give a little bit of a space. But as a man, it is very attractive when a man is not rushing to speak. And again, not saying, that's I hate that word so much because I keep hearing, now that it's like your reticular activating system. When I am trying to stop saying the word I keep hearing everybody saying it and it is driving me nuts. So try your best to not use filler words, and also eye contact and stillness. Eye contact is huge. When I was watching these dating shows, some of the women, they said, I only chose him because of the eye contact. So it's huge because it shows your confidence. Stillness in your body language is also very magnetic, because it shows that you know who you are and you know that you're enough and you're not trying to be somebody that you're not. Let's say, for example, you lack, because we always talk about what women are really looking for. They're looking for 3 things. It's really simple. They're looking for security, they're looking for emotional intelligence, and they're looking for growth mindset. Okay, those are the top 3 things that I see that women are looking for. And so if you feel like, let's say, emotionally and, financially, I'm insecure, meaning I'm not where I want to be in my life, and I lack confidence, then my suggestion would be to work on those areas to increase overall attractiveness. Because again, if you feel like you are lacking in some part of your life, it's going to show up in your energy. And as I always mention, women are intuitive. We catch on that. And then what you do is you, again, tend to probably self-sabotage because you have this belief that all women hate short men. But then what you're doing is, instead of just putting the work onto yourself and not focusing on what women are looking for, just being you are creating this narrative that keeps on happening over and over again, that all women, that's why it's really important to work on your beliefs. That's one thing that I put out there. Whenever you're getting into dating, into relationships, what are your beliefs? What the hell do you believe in? Because majority of the times our beliefs have come back from, our generation, are passed down from our parents generation to generation, and they're not accurate beliefs. They do not instill greatness, or they do not instill independence or abundance. They're more fear-based. So just making sure, what are your beliefs? So take responsibility. So make sure that you're taking responsibility for your life and becoming the best version of you. Women are more attracted to certainty than centimeters. So just make sure that when you're in a woman's presence, or when you're dating a woman, for her, feeling secure is really important, right? So if you got that part down, you're good. And then secondly, what she really loves is feeling intrigued. Like, oh, this guy is really interesting and I want to learn more. Like, you need a woman to be a little bit curious about you. That is why on dating apps, I say, do not just put everything out there. I've been divorced 10 times, have 10 kids. Like, no, I mean, I hopefully hope that's not what's happening, but do not put that all on the dating app. Okay. By the way, no judgment. I don't know why I said that. It just made me laugh. Anyways, if you make her feel secure and intrigued, most probably the height is not going to matter. Short men who command presence can captivate women even more than tall women. So just keep that in your mind. So make sure all parts of you are gathered before you make these assumptions about women, and a woman about men, because women make a lot of assumptions about men as well, which again, this is why I'm here. I really hope that this video was helpful to you in any way. If you do feel like any of the tips that I gave you has helped, then please let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching and showing up. I also have a free guide, How to Land a Date in 7 Days, which I would love for you to check out. It really has some great tips from a former matchmaker, which is me. So I'm going to put the link down below. And again, if you have any more questions or suggestions on future videos, please put that down below as well. And I'm going to see you guys in my next video.